I realized I gotta stop telling y'all what I'm preparing to read for the week because I'm a moody reader. And all the stuff that I told you I was gonna be reading this past week, I don't think I read it. Anyways, it's Sunday, so it's time for a Sunday book wrap up. Hey y'all, my name is Debris Lachey, and if you're new here, on this channel we talk about a number of things, but it's Sunday, so on Sunday we talk about Black books, Black authors, and Black stories that I read as a nurse practitioner to escape. So let's get into the TBR that I didn't stick to and what books I read this week. So I think last week we talked about me listening to the third book in the Master's Brothers series, which I did start. It's not that I didn't read it, I just didn't finish it. So I did start that on Audible. I will go back to that. And the only reason why I abandoned it is because I was doing an immersive read with a book that we're going to talk about very shortly. I also told y'all that I was going to be reading, I think it's this book 9 or book 10 in the Ganton Hill series. I didn't even start that book. I'm so sorry to the book. I will pick it up this week, maybe. It depends on my mood. And then I was supposed to finish Thong on Fire by Noir. I completely abandoned that. So I got some checking up on my TBR to do. I ain't even gonna say y'all hold me accountable because again, it just kind of depends on my mood. I also got an audiobook early copy released, I guess you would call it an ARC, but an ALC of Winston Hill series, Enigma by C.M. Barnes, that came out this week actually. So I don't even know if it's advanced listening company for me anymore because I haven't finished it, but I will finish it. If you are not an erotica person, please do not pick up that lady book. Please don't pick it up. Please don't pick up the audio. Just don't pick it up. Just keep scrolling on by because I'm tired of the discord on the internet, on threads, on TikTok about how y'all ain't like the book and it was just too much. But I don't really like erotica. It was too grown for me. It's erotica. So just leave that lady book alone. If it's not for you, just leave it alone. Don't pick it up no more. I done got off a track because I'm tired of seeing it. So here we go. So let's get into what I did read this week. And actually, I had to correct myself because I remembered that I didn't tell y'all that I was starting book 10 last week. I told that to TikTok. I didn't tell y'all that. So I'm good in the YouTube streets because I didn't tell y'all that. I just told TikTok that. Anyway, I did get into the Ganton Hill series this week and I read, let's see what I dates because I'm looking at my Goodreads right now. So on June 22nd, I finished Come to the Ghetto, which is Ganton Hill's book 6 by Aubree Pynn. This follows Creed and India is a nurse. Brother is in the streets. Okay, Creed knocks on her door one day because he's being Santa in the hood and she gives him the lashing of his life because why are you at my doorstep when I'm trying to sleep, sir, and I work overnight? Okay, the book was really good. I would rate it a 4 stars, which I did. It was just a good book. It was a short book. I think this book was less than 100 pages, of course. So yeah, that was book 6. The next book that I read this week was Gas Station Drug Money. This is book 7 of the Ganton Hill series by Aubree Pynn. And let me tell you something. This is the shortest book I probably ever read, but it was so good. I ate it up, honey. I think it was like 46 pages or something like that. I love Rashid, period. Shay, you know, sometimes she gets herself into these situations. Her cousin, again, still in the streets, asked her, hey, I need to finish up some hair. Can you make a run for me? Shay is like, girl, no, I'm not trying to be doing all that. I got a meeting. I got stuff I'm supposed to be doing. She's like, girl, please do this run for me. I'll never ask you to do no run again. Shay says, okay, I'm gonna make the run for you. That's it. Shay is also a real estate agent. She makes the run at the gas station to Rashid, period. And Rashid sees her and is like, I gotta have her. I'm not gonna stop until I get Lil Mama. No, lo and behold, Shay gotta go to her meeting. Guess who she meeting? Rashid. The book goes on from there because I'm not gonna say nothing else because the book real short. So if I say anything else, y'all gonna have a lot of spoilers on here. But It was really good. 46 pages, straight to the point, a big stepper, you know, going after what he wants. Somebody who's headstrong, hasn't been done right in the past, of course, very skeptical of doing anything that has to do with a relationship. But she finds somebody is willing to let her guard down for her, and that's what you get out of book 7, okay? If you're looking to read the Ganton Hill series, jump in there, okay? Some good stuff in there. It's literally like books that are 200 pages or less. The book that I was supposed to start this week, I think it's like there's something pages, but it's a whole lot of shorts in there. Like, anywhere you fit in, but it's a really good time. Next up is Pressure, which is book 8, I believe, or is this book 9? Hold on. This is book 8 in the Ganton Hill series, okay? This is Pressure. It follows 4 and Nail, and again, a strong 4 for me. It was a short book, of course, but I really wasn't sure how this was going to pan out because I'm like, woof, the FMC and the MMC feel like they hate each other a little bit. But they had a run-in previously, and the tension, you know, and what they do for each other just never went away, but they went their separate ways. And I feel like if you have to always be in another person's orbit when you're meant to be with them, it's really hard to avoid the inevitable, but also put space between y'all because it's like time ain't right. I don't want her running from me. I'm scared of him because I know what it's going to be, like not in a negative way, but I know he going, you know, turn my world upside down for the better. So that is what 4 and Nail were really battling in this really short story. 4 just wanted to take care of that lady, okay? She wanted to be Miss Independent, headstrong, etc. And one night at the strip club changes everything. From there, 4 had her back, taking care of her like set out to do. The book was really good. So that is book 8 of the Ganton Hill series. And last but not least, let's get into the last book that I just finished yesterday and also what I did this week, because I told y'all I was going to Wine with Writers, and I did. And I got me a little Takerra Allen stack, period. So let's talk about the last book that I finished, and then I will get into Wine with Writers. Now, this may contain some spoilers, and if y'all ain't read the book yet, y'all just gonna have to pause this part of the YouTube video and come back when y'all did. I just finished yesterday Frisco, Welcome to the Woods by Bianca Xaviera, and let me tell you something. The way that I was live threading, first of all, some of the things that I try to put out my mind when I'm reading a book that has medical stuff is that it's fiction, it's not real. But I really be wanting authors sometimes to just like do a little extra research, because some of the stuff I was just like, girl, this ain't, you know, inconsistencies here, okay? This is not what be happening in the medical field. But all in all, the book was a 4.5 star for me. I had a really good time. This story follows Yakima Melvin and his whatever she got going on, his girlfriend at the time, child, whatever. Trope is a fake dating trope, okay? Of course, Francisco runs his family business, legal and illegal, of course, and he has to fake date Yakima. Now, Yakima is a nurse. She's young. Father is a cop. He comes from a 2-parent household, but there's some secrets going on in this book. Stuff that she don't even know about, that Francisco is trying to, you know, as leverage to for people who want to play with him. What he didn't expect is for him to fall in love with her. But he done fell in love with her and he got a lady, okay? Elise is very slow. She is very delusional. It's giving silly, okay? There's no way that my man is gonna come and tell me that he's gonna fake date for business and then ask me to be the housekeeper in my home that we live in together. Excuse me, sir? The audacity. What are we talking about right now? Like the housekeeper? You talking about being Christina, you want me to be that while you fake date somebody you plan to bring to my house? The audacity. What I will say about Francisco is he had a lot of audacity and he caused a lot of chaos and whatever else. But Elise, that girl went along with everything. And even a couple chapters down, she begged to be the housekeeper so that she could, because she was desperate, because she wanted to be figuring out what's going on. This is absolutely a spoiler, but I'm going to say this in my YouTube video because I didn't say this on my review on TikTok and Instagram. But the minute you decide you're going to be in the closet, laying on the floor, listening to your man and another woman in y'all's house getting down, you go to sleep, wake up, and they still getting it and you're still listening, baby, please, okay? Y'all haven't read Frisco, I don't know what you're doing, okay? I had a good time with it. Again, 4.5 out of 5 stars. I finished this yesterday. I went straight into book 2. I did immersive read Frisco. Actually going to immersive read book 2 because I found book 2 on Audible, but you can download the audio on Kindle. So I plan to do that. And I already closed that book because they done already pissed me off. Foxx is Frisco's brother. I think he's the second oldest. And they done already pissed me off. Okay, it's Sunday, I can't afford to be pissed off, so I'm not going to. I'm going to pick up something fluffy to read and start that tomorrow, or finish it tomorrow, or get somewhere in the book tomorrow. I don't know. Anyways, let's talk about wine with writers. So this weekend was a book event in Baltimore called Wine with Writers. I believe they've done this also in like ATL, and I want to say Dallas, but don't quote me on that. I believe it was Atlanta though that they've done it before. Very intimate space, was held at a cultural center for Black creatives, basically. So they're creating a space for Black creatives to either showcase their work or just find a place where they can be. I thought that was really nice. And the location was very intimate. You walk in, they have like, string lights, lots of seating, they had wine, they had mimosas, because I was greeted with a mimosa when I got there, and I love that. And then they had book signing times. So you could go in inside, get your book signed, meet the authors that you wanted to meet. This wasn't a large panel of authors or anything like that. I think it might have been 10 or less. So they really wanted to keep this very intimate. I think they really did a good job at that because it was just like, your book girls, you walking around, y'all meeting people that y'all seen on the internet or people you may have come in contact with, on top of walking around with authors, your favorite authors. You're in the same room with them. You get to bump elbows. I think on Friday they had a welcome dinner, and it was a lot of people who got to sit next to their favorite authors and have dinner and just kiki and talk and not take the pressure off of it being like 2-second interaction. They had panels, which were nice. I didn't get to go to the panel. I only bought a ticket for Saturday. Of course, I was flying down the highway, got there a little late, okay, and then I jumped right in, get my books that I pre-ordered. I pre-ordered a couple of books from Takerra Allen. I also got to meet her in person, take a little flicky flick with her, so that was nice. We sat around after we did that, just, showcasing and drinking some wine and meeting some of the girlies, flicking it up, taking pictures and stuff like that. And then we left to go get food. Now, if I leave a place to go get food, sometimes I'm like, you know what? I done ate, I done drank, I done did all that. And we could have went back and went to the panels, but we did not. And I went home. As soon as I got home, my son was like, Mommy, magnetile. So I was building castles, you know what I'm saying? But from the time that I did spend there, it was a really good, intimate time. I think that is everybody's review of the event. Everybody loved it, just kind of being in close proximity, not running around, sweating, trying to get in line for 2 hours, blah, blah, blah. What I will say is that I think if they might have had like more than wine, maybe like snacks or refreshments or something like that, instead of people leaving and having to get something to eat, they might have been able to keep people around in that orbit for a little bit longer. But outside of that, I have no notes. Next year, if they do it again or whenever they do it again, I will go, and I plan to stay the whole day. I just have to make that a plan. You know what I mean? I think when you live local, you just be doing stuff. And so if you need to leave, then you'll go ahead and leave. But from the short time that I was there, which was a few hours, did have a good time. I thought the atmosphere was very intimate. It wasn't overcrowded. It was hot outside, so that was another thing. And it did rain the night before, so not only was it hot, it was muggy, but I think everybody was making the best of it, and it seems like everybody had a really good time. So let me show y'all some clips of Wine with Writers just to set up and stuff like that, and we'll come back. Thank you so much. I'm not gonna get you. Yeah, I'm not gonna get you. How you doing? Hi. Hi, how are you? Sure. Sorry, y'all. So now that y'all have gotten to see like little clips of Wyman writers that I was able to get, let's get into my little stacky stack that I got. So I told y'all that I did a pre-order with Takerra Allen, and she is the absolute sweetest. She is so sweet, y'all. She's so beautiful, and I love taking a picture with her. She complimented my hair, even though I ended up having to put a hat on. And y'all see that in the videos, but I had to put a hat on because it was, again, humidity and heat and mugginess did not do well with my hair at all. It will puff up, and that's exactly what it did. So anyways, let's get into the books that I got from Takerra Allen. First up, Munt Hill. Oh, she's so pretty. Honey, when I tell you An Affair in Munt Hill stressed me out, I'm talking about, I still want to do that sister dirty. If you've read it, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. So this is the first book in my TA stack. My second books are Needful Noir, book 1 and 2. I actually haven't read these yet, but since Takerra does not pop out as much as other authors do, you got to get the books when they're available, okay? I'll be reading this year, but I had to get the paperbacks while they are available, okay? No, she is having a paperback sale. I don't know when that's supposed to go on, but in order for me not to play Hunger Games with people, I had to get them while I could. Next up is Parachutes, honey. Y'all know the internet been up in just uproar about this story, and I can't wait to get into it. But like I said, I haven't read it yet. Getting there. I wanted to go at the top of her catalog and work my way down. Did read Munt Hill. Did read Thicker Than Water. Actually, I read Thicker Than Water books 1 and 2. I had to get into 3, but they stressed me out so bad I needed a break, honey, okay? I was trying to actually work my way down her catalog, especially because they said some people you pop up in other books. But I think I'm just going to read what my feeling says to read. But yeah, Parachutes, book 1 through 3. Yeah. And then last but not least, I got all 3 books of Seasons of Fidelity. I have not read it, so y'all don't come for me, okay? As I will repeat myself, as an author who doesn't come out, you got to get the books while they're available, okay? I got all 3 books of that. And the one thing I want to work on is getting her back catalog. So I hope that with her paperback sale, we'll have her back catalog available, that we can snag those. And then I'll be finished with, I know the only book that I probably wouldn't have is her exclusive, which she's doing with the event in August. But outside of that, I have most of her catalog, just gonna work on doing her back catalog. So thank you guys for rocking with me on this Sunday wrap up, which also included some little event tidbits and a little book haul, you okay? So if you're new here, thank you guys for watching. If you have continued to support me, I appreciate you. Truly, I do. We just hit over 2K subscribers. I'm so excited to have over 2K of you rocking with me, watching with me, just being consistent. I appreciate y'all, and y'all are making me go harder. My goal this year is to be more intentional and more consistent with YouTube, and that is what we have been doing this year. So I'm proud of myself and I'm proud of y'all, and thank you so much for rocking with me. As always, my name is Aubree. On this channel, you will get a little bit of everything. On Sundays, we talk about books. During the week, there's going to be certain things that are sprinkled about, whether that has to do with fragrances, nursing tips, or things about my nurse practitioner and nurse journey. I do gut health as well. And then I'm going to be starting to sprinkle some fashion in, so y'all can let me know in the comments what kind of fashion things y'all would like to see, so I know exactly what to post on here. I love y'all. Happy Sunday. Bye.